Hello and welcome to another episode here at the free review for the licensure examination for agriculturists. And in this episode, we will talk about the post-harvest handling of perishables. So let us start. Post-harvest handling is the process and practices involved in the management of crops after they have been harvested from the field. So lahat ng mga nangyayaring process, pagka-harvest, ng ating mga halaman, ng ating mga crops, ng ating mga commodities ay post-harvest. So dito kabilang yung cleaning, yung sorting, grading, packing, storage, transportation, and distribution. So they are all processes na ang goal nila is ma-preserve yung quality at ma-extend yung shelf life ng ating mga harvested crops. So post-harvest handling and technology aim to ensure that crops reach the consumer in a fresh, healthy, and appealing condition. So how can we achieve that goal? Kailangan merong careful management ng various factors that affect crop quality, katulad ng temperature, humidity, exposure to light, and gases. So these are three of the most essential physiological processes in post-harvest. So we have the respiration, we have transpiration, and senescence. So before we start, ano nga ba muna yung characteristic ng fresh produce? Una, it is diverse. So these are almost all of our horticultural crops. It is a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, and florist crops. Ang isa pa sa kanyang mga characteristic, it is highly perishable. Ibig sabihin na to, marami siyang laman na water. So yung water, siya yung nagpapa-bulky doon sa ating mga produce. Also yung ating mga carbohydrates, and those are components na madaling mag-react with the environment. So seasonal, it is available during certain periods of the year. So this is an illustration na ang meaning lang niyan is that after harvest, buhay pa rin yung halaman mo. So it breathes, it releases heat, so respiration, it loses moisture, transpiration, it can get sick, atake ng mga pathogens, tapos it can even die. So ayan, papunta na sa senescence. So the three biological processes, which are respiration, transpiration, and senescence, ito yung kinokontrol sa ating post-harvest handling. Let us start with respiration. So respiration is the conversion of sugars, fats, and proteins into metabolic energy to keep tissues functioning. So sa respiration, ito yung formula niya. So merong stored carbohydrates plus oxygen, nag-yield sila ng carbon dioxide, water, energy, and heat. So if we will go back doon sa ating video on respiration, ito lang din yun. The impact of respiration in post-harvest is that pag mas mataas ang rate ng respiration, mas mabilis na mabubulok yung ating mga halaman, thus the shorter the post-harvest life. So, in this reaction, nandun na agad si stored carbohydrates. So, ang ating mga commodities, mayroon niyang stored carbohydrates. So, if we will look back doon sa ating discussion on plant physiological processes. So, pinuproduce ang carbohydrates through the process of photosynthesis. Then, tinatranslocate sila papunta sa mga sinks. Kabilang doon yung mga produce natin, yung mga prutas. Ayan. Tapos, kapag hinarvest mo na sila, ang meron na lang yung prutas na yon ay yung sugars na na-accumulate doon. Kaya in harvesting, in the last episode, we talked about harvesting at the right maturity index na dapat hindi over-mature, hindi immature, dapat nasa tamang crop maturity index siya. So, yung stored carbohydrates, nandyan na agad yan sa ating mga commodities. Yung oxygen naman, ang source yan ay yung ating environment. So, yung ambient oxygen na meron tayo. So kapag meron yung dalawang yan, magko-continue yung process na yan. So ang ginagawa to control respiration is to control the amount or the access ng commodities natin sa oxygen. So example, kaya tayo nagpa-packaging, kaya tayo naglalagay ng commodities sa ref, ganyan, to slow down this process. So the tips for post-harvest as a response to respiration is dapat mag-harvest ka at the right maturity. Yung sinabi ko kanina, do not expose the commodity to too much heat. Ayan, kasi the higher the temperature, mas mataas din ang rate ng respiration. So take note of that. The higher the temperature, the higher the respiration. So store at relatively low temperatures, so katulad ng ating ref, and use modified atmosphere packaging wherein sa loob nun merong low oxygen and merong high carbon dioxide. So more of that sa discussion natin on respiration. So you can look back on that video. The next physiological process is transpiration. So transpiration, we also have another discussion on this. We have another video on this. It is the loss of water from the produce to the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. So in our fresh commodities, ang result ng transpiration is deteriorative changes, katulad ng wilting, shriveling, toughening, and in some cases, severe water loss that renders the commodity inedible. So, kapag titignan naman natin sa quantitative aspect, kapag sinabi natin nag-transpire ang isang crop, most of the time, ang resulta niya ay weight loss. I encourage you to go back to our discussion on transpiration and review on the factors affecting transpiration. But in the context of post-harvest, ito yung mga kailangan nating tandaan. So we need to avoid mechanical damage. Ibig sabihin, kasi kapag kunwari nagkaroon ng bruises, nagkaroon ng sugat yung ating mga commodities, ang mangyayari, it is an exit point for water. So that is also the reason why yung ating mga expensive commodities, yung mga ini-import na commodities like apple, may mga protection silang ganyan. Or yung parang mga kapag ini-export yung mga crops, meron silang specialized na mga parang egg tray kung saan sakto doon yung mga crops. It's for them na hindi magkaroon ng impact with each other and possibly na magkaroon ng bruises or ng sugat. Protect the produce from direct sunlight. So again, kapag mas mataas ang exposure to solar radiation, mas tataas ang transpiration. So kailangan din natin mag-store at optimum temperature and relative humidity. So ang transpiration, bumabagal siya at high humidity and low temperature. And lastly, we have senescence. Senescence is the deteriorative changes resulting from the endogenous regulation of death in the harvested produce, mainly triggered by ethylene. Senescence, in layman's term, it is just aging or pagtanda. And in senescence, ang pinaka na-activate na plant hormone is ethylene. So ethylene is a plant hormone responsible for ripening and other responses produced by plant tissue. So especially kapag wounded or stressed. So tignan natin yung mga effects ng wounding later in this presentation. So for the post-harvest tips, you need to avoid and minimize mechanical injury. So same through, pag stress ng isang commodity, mas magre-release siya ng ethylene. So you can also keep commodities away from ethylene sources. Katulad ng banana, tsaka yung tomato, they are actually high ethylene producing na mga commodities, and do not expose harvested produce to stresses like wounding or heat. So here are some other physiological and biochemical changes that may happen in our commodities. So first we have softening. So can be caused by the breakdown of cell walls and changes in enzyme activity. So kapag nagkaroon ng softening, this can lead to a loss of texture and decline in quality. You know, another one is enzymatic browning. So this is really evident when it comes to apples. So it is a natural process that occur when enzymes react with oxygen. Kaya yung mga apples, kapag kunwari hinati mo sila, tas in-expose mo lang dyan, like nasa mesa lang, so after ilang segundo, after ilang minutes or ilang hours, kulay brown na siya. Ang nangyayari is enzymatic browning. So nagpo-produce siya ng brown pigments at nagkakaroon ng loss in terms of quality. And we also have microbial growth. So this can occur on the surface of fruits and vegetables during post-harvest, leading to spoilage, off flavors, and loss of quality. So example, yung sa ating mango, yung anthracnose disease. So those are things na kinokontrol naman natin in post-harvest then. So post-harvest pathology. Ayun, so syempre kailangan nating iwasan yun kasi magde-degrade in quality. So this is just the fruit and vegetable pipeline. Ang meaning lang nito is that throughout the food chain, ayan, merong mga losses na nangyayari. So kunwari, ito yung parang process of the handling chain from farm harvesting, sinusort yung mga prutas and gulay, tas hauling, then packing house operations, storage, transport, and minamarket. So the idea here is that every step of the way, merong posibleng losses. Thus, the goal of post-harvest is to maintain the quality and safety of produce from the farm until it reaches the consumers. So, harvested commodities must be handled with tender, loving care from harvest until consumption or utilization. However, take note that the quality ng fresh produce cannot be improved. So, siya ay na-maintain lang. So, ang pinakamahalaga is that we start with the good quality one. So, dapat alam natin kung ano ang tamang harvest maturity index ng mga halaman. So, if you want a review on that, just go back to our previous video on harvest maturity indices. So these are just some technologies that preserve durable and perishable commodities. So let's start with biological. So biological technologies, pwedeng gumamit ng genetic engineering and marker-assisted selection and gene editing para mas ma-improve at mas maging durable ang ating mga crops sa pests and diseases, etc. We also have chemical technologies that can be used to preserve the quality and safety of crop commodities during storage, transport, and processing. So ito yung pwedeng paggamit ng waxes, ayan, mga preservatives, mga coatings, ayan, antioxidants, and antimicrobial agents. We also have physical. So physical technologies can be used to modify the physical properties of crop commodities such as texture, size, and shape. So example ito ay size reduction, mixing, blending, and extrusion. So various physical stimuli like radiation, ultrasounds, and alterations in pressure can be employed to decrease the biological load on the fruit's surface. Ito yung ilan sa mga ginagawa in some commodities. Of course, we also have packaging. Ito yung pinaka sikat or ito yung pinaka ginagawa talaga in our commodities. We have modified atmosphere packaging, vacuum packaging, and active packaging. Yan, storage technologies, so katulad ng refrigeration, freezing, controlled atmosphere storage, and desiccation. So ito ay modification naman ng environment ng kung saan i-store yung mga commodities. And of course, we also have processing. So, pwede siyang i-transform na yung mga commodities into value-added products such as juices, oils, and powders. Example nito ay drying, fermentation, extraction, and thermal processing. So here are some of the factors to consider during transport and storage. So kailangan yung handling. Handling dapat ay tender loving care. Ayan. So temperature and relative humidity, sabi natin kanina, lower temperature and high relative humidity to avoid respiration, transpiration. Yan. Packaging, kailangan nakapackage din sila na maayos. Ethylene, since it is a hormone na related sa senescence, which degrades or mas napapabilis niya yung aging ng mga halaman, kailangan i-regulate yan. Yung sanitation, para maiwasan yung mga microbial contamination, etc. that can affect the quality of the produce themselves. And of course, yung time, ayun, kailangan as much as possible, the shorter yung time na makarating yung mga commodities papunta sa mga consumers. But of course, it is not always happening, no? So, kailangan talaga na natin yung storage. So, the following are just illustrations ng mga effect or mga kailangan ng mga possible na pwedeng gawin sa mga commodities. So, first we have here sa cut flowers natin. So, after silang i-harvest, ganyan, pwede sila actually ilagay sa water na may na-dissolve na sugar or aspirin or Sprite. So, pwede rin yan para ma-extend yung kanilang shelf life. And ito lang yung impact ng mga mechanical damage sa fruit. So in these setups, ang ginawa, bumili ng green na saging ng morning. Then meron mga ibang treatments na dinamage sila. So example dito, itong setup na to, dinrop siya at 1 meter height. So ganyan yung naging effect. So it just demonstrates the effect of a rough handling on quality of perishables. So nag-ripen na siya agad. So ito naman, compressed na fruits. Ayan, again, andun yung control. Green pa rin siya. And ito naman yung mga effect ng ripening agents. So some of the ripening agents na pwedeng gamitin ay kamyas fruit. We also have madre de cacao leaves. Pwede rin yung squash peels. And that's it for this lecture on post-harvest handling of perishables. If you want to review on harvesting and post-harvest science, so meron tayong video on harvesting, which is yung previous video, and ito yung sa post-harvest science. You can also look at the videos on transpiration and respiration because I have discussions there na related din sa post-harvest. Again, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. See you in the next episode. Bye.